I'm John Kovach. I've been a newsman, a sports announcer, and a football coach, but the one constant, since I was old enough to stand next to a stream with my dad, has been fishing. I've waded rapids, stood on slick rocks, hacked through ice, and been tossed about the deck of a boat. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do, and join me on this journey. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, Thursday, October 19th, 2017. We are getting ready this weekend for the OwenStrong fundraiser. The OwenStrong surf casting tournament has been going on for the past month, raising money for a family that's dealing with a medical issue with a young child. Toby Lipinski, one of the organizers of this, nice enough to join us on the phone. Toby, welcome to Yankee Fisherman and happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
I guess first off, the tournament, what are we looking at in terms of who's in the lead as this tournament enters its final days?
Yeah, it's been going on now. This is closing in on the end of the fourth week. We've had some great competition, anglers, surf fishing, basically all over the Northeast. You know, we've got guys down in New Jersey. We got guys in Connecticut. We got guys up in Massachusetts, and it's been a hard-fought battle. I mean, right out the gate, there were some really big fish that were caught. Some guys have pieced together some really, really good scores. The way the tournament's set up, your score constitutes your 5 biggest fish, and by length and inches, it's catch and release. And right now, the top spot is being held down by Brian Demento. He's got a 240-inch total for 5 fish. So that equates to fish striped bass of 47, 47, 48, 48, and 50 inches. I mean, that's an amazing score. That's something, you know, a lot of guys strive for in a whole season, let alone in a 3.5, 4-week period.
Year for me, let alone a month. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I've been trying to catch him for this whole time, and I have not been able to come close. Second place is a few inches behind. I'm 10 inches down from there at 230. I mean, it's, you know, but we've got I think 140 participants. So there's some really, really good anglers involved in this tournament for a great cause. You know, ultimately that's what's really at heart of the whole tournament. We're just trying to raise some funds to help out a fellow angler's family. You know, John Hanasek, his son was diagnosed with leukemia back in July, and this is just raising money to help the family deal with that for the next 3.5 years of treatment.
And money was raised by the entry fee, and now on Saturday we'll have the end of the tournament. We'll declare the winners, do the awards, and you've got a lot going on at Clinton Town Hall. Tell us about that event.
Yeah. From the tournament, we have $4,770 already raised. That's just from tournament entries. And that tournament wraps up this Saturday. We have the big fundraiser event in Clinton where we hope to raise some additional funds. It's at, again, you said the Clinton Town Hall. Doors actually open at 11:30 on Saturday morning. We kick it right off with a couple of our first speaker goes on about 12:45. It's $10 donation to get in the door. We've got Captain Jack Sprangle will be the first seminar speaker. His presentation will be entitled Striped Bass, Backwater to Big Water, and he's going to be talking about advanced boating techniques for targeting striped bass. Jack fishes primarily out of Rhode Island, but he gets some massive striped bass every year on his boat with his charter, so he's a great speaker, and he's going to be telling us how he does it. We'll have a bit of an intermission. We'll feed into a second seminar where the surf casters, Pat Abate and Steve McKenna, are going to be talking about fishing Block Island from back in the 80s through today. I mean, these guys have a wealth of knowledge between them. So there's those 2 big seminars. And then throughout, we've also got some silent auctions that we're going to be running to help raise more funds. There's some just amazing donations that have come in from members of the fishing community in the last couple of weeks. A couple examples of the stuff that we have. An original watercolor striped bass and false albacore painted up by David Rena Fine Art. I saw the photos of this thing. It is absolutely amazing. beautiful work. It's the original framed print that is going to be available. We've got a couple of charters that were donated. The first one is being termed a guaranteed offshore tuna or shark trip with Tom White. So what this means is you're going to go your choice for up to 3 guys. You go tuna fishing, you go shark fishing. If by chance Tom's unable to put the guys on that win this, or the people that win it on the fish, he's going to take you out again until he puts you on fish. I mean, that in itself is pretty big.
Charter is big because we all know this is more of a crapshoot for some than others.
Yeah, Tom's a great angler. I've known him for a long time, through surf fishing, and he transferred over to the offshore the last couple of years. And I mean, he's an amazing fisherman, and he does it right. And that's going to be an absolutely outstanding trip for whoever wins that. And similarly, on it, we had another charter, a full-day bluefin tuna charter with Captain Rob Taylor aboard Newport Sport Fishing Charters. Rob is an extremely well-rounded angler. I mean, he's taken some big fish in the surf, some massive tuna off his boat, huge blackfish. I mean, it's a privilege to be able to get involved in a trip with Rob. We're really, really happy to have that donation from him. And as far as the raising the money, the one thing we have on this is all the raffles, all of the auctions. One thing we've got going is that you got to be present to bid. You got to be present to buy your raffle tickets. It's all cash only, or we also have it available at the fundraiser. For instance, if you win one of these auctions, to pay with PayPal, the easiest way. We're trying to simplify things too while raising the money. So, let's say you bid one of these up to $1,200–$1,500, which is easily their value. You don't have to have that cash on you. As long as you have access to your PayPal, you can make the payment, and you're good to go from there.
And you've got, we talked about some big end things. You've got a lot of unique plugs, some old school plugs, just a lot of different things with the Surfcaster in mind. Yes.
Yeah, it's not just the auctions. The auctions for the real high-end stuff. We also have raffle items. There'll be 2 classifications of raffles. Your average lures, your regular grab bag kind of stuff, low, dollar rate raffle tickets. You win, your number gets chosen. You get to pick off of a big table full of stuff. And then we've got some mid-range and some high-end stuff for some, I think they're $5 raffle tickets, stuff like surf tops, some custom rods, some high-end plugs by some of the bigger name builders in the industry, bucktail packages, signed books. For instance, Frank Daigneault donated a complete set of his books, all signed. So that's one of those larger raffle item prizes. Just a real wide-ranging variety of items that have been solicited and donated from members of the fishing community.
Copy of Bright Waters, Shining Tides you've got.
Oh, yeah, a signed copy of that by Kip Bramall from, he's one of the really well-known anglers from Martha's Vineyard. He wrote this book. It combines his short stories as well as some of his watercolor artwork that he's done over the years. It's a hardcover printing. I mean, those alone go for several $100s on the internet if you can find them. It's now out of print, but he was kind enough to donate from his personal, supply of books, a nice signed copy. So that's another beautiful donation that we've got available. So
I love that
really,
painting
really
on the
cool
cover.
Stuff.
I love that painting on the cover.
Oh yeah, he's a great fisherman and an amazing artist, excellent author. So it's an awesome book. I will admit that I thumbed through the pages when I received it from him. So I just had to double check and give it.
Nobody could resist.
Yeah, it'll be on my list to be bidding on for sure.
And if somebody can't attend Saturday's OwenStrong fundraiser, that's at Clinton Town Hall, they can still donate to the cause, correct?
Yes, we have a GoFundMe page was set up to make donations directly to the Hanasek family. That's, if you can't be there in person on Saturday, that's another way that we've been directing a lot of people that just want to help out and make a donation. You can go to GoFundMe. It's just titled Owen's Medical Journey. and quite a lot of funds have already been raised there. And one of the big things that we're trying to help out the family with is, granted, insurance covers a lot of the general medical expenses, but Owen's mom, Karen, has to take the next year off from work. So, that's one less income the family has coming in, because Owen's got to go to the hospital, twice a week for this time period to have his, all his blood levels, all the different things checked. And so it's just a lot for anyone to do in general, and then try to have a job on top of this. That's one of the ways that we're trying to help the family out with these things, is to offset, above and beyond what insurance covers, kind of a thing.
And for those who don't know, Owen, shortly after his first birthday, the family learned he has leukemia. His father, a very well known in the surf casting community, and this is something that I see so often in that tight-knit group that is surf casting, is you guys coming together to support someone in need, and it's really admirable that you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer for me. John, Owen's father, is a really, really close friend of mine. We fish together all the time, spend a lot of time together, in the fishing season and outside the season and all. And when I found out, I mean, I couldn't believe it. And I was happy with a bunch of the guys that know John, and over the years I've gotten to know him, came together and put this event together. And that's one of the things. Like you said, the fishermen are always quick. We're a tight-knit group, and we're always willing to help out our fellow friends in the community, and that's really what has happened here. I'm really proud to be a part of that.
And if you've got questions, hashtag OwenStrong, one word, on Facebook. There's a lot of information there. Again, the end of the tournament, the awards, seminars, raffles, and auctions, all at Clinton Town Hall, all on Saturday, October 21st. Toby Lipinski, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and thanks for all you've been doing with this fundraiser.
I'm happy to do it, and thanks for having me. I just want to, so again, it opens 11:30 on Saturday, and it runs till 4:30 or thereabouts in the afternoon.
Wish I could be there. If you're around Clinton, stop in. It's going to be worth it. Toby Lipinski of the Fisherman of the OwenStrong fundraiser, thank you for joining us on Yankee Fisherman. We'll be right back after this. The leaves are changing, water temps dropping, and the sun is setting a little earlier each day. But there's still a lot of great boating, fishing, and coast time left before we see the first snow. And above all, remember, it's always summer at the Dock Shop. With loads of new fishing tackle and accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor, the Dock Shop is just what you need when you start to feel that New England autumn chill. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
Now teeing off, Paul Miller from Miller Nissan in Fairfield.
Excuse me, Mr. Miller. What about my new Sentra?
Right now, lease a 2017 Sentra S for only $97 a month.
He is never going to retire.
Voted Best Gourmet to Go in Fairfield County, Palmer's extensive menu offers everything you'll need to make your next event easy and delicious. Whether you're hosting a small get-together or planning a large celebration, they've got you covered breakfast through dessert. Order online at palmersdarien.com or call 203-655-2077.
Bankwell combines the best personalized service with high-tech banking features for our customers' convenience. We pride ourselves on being a strong community partner. You don't settle for average in anything else you do. Why settle for an average bank? Don't just bank when you can bank well instead. Visit mybankwell.com for more. Manfredi New Canaan is celebrating 3 exceptional years selling Rolex watches and fine jewelry to the Fairfield County community. We appreciate all our loyal clients and look forward to welcoming and helping you discover the perfect gift to celebrate life's most important occasions.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside.
Registration is now open for our fitness training programs for high school athletes. The InSports Performance Center is offering blast speed classes, athletic functional movement assessments, and both men's and women's elite speed and strength training. Our premier programs help bring athletes to the next level. Call 203-268-1214 for more information. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop this Thursday, October 19th. one of the bigger annual events in terms of fly tying, fly fishing, collecting even to a great extent. Art of the Angler, that is November 4th and 5th. That is at the Ethan Allen Inn in Danbury, Connecticut, sponsored by the Catskill Fly Fishing Center and Museum in Livingston Manor, New York. Joining us to talk about Art of the Angler is Glenn Pontier, Executive Director of the Catskill Fly Fishing Center and Museum. Glenn, welcome to Yankee Fisherman.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be talking to you and to your listeners.
So, what's in store this year for Art of the Angler?
Well, folks that have been to the show, know we're going to have over 35 tires. Folks, just all different styles and sizes and flies. For trout, some of the traditional ones, but just all kinds of flies being tied. We'll have many shops and people selling different items, all related to fly fishing, rods, bamboo rods, all the reels, the equipment. It's just going to be a terrific day. We've got some workshops. Scott Biron is going to be tying Bob's Ghost. Nick Rubico is going to be talking about saltwater fly fishing. Dave Brandt, one of the Catskill legends, is going to be tying. Nicole Marsh also. Mike Hogue from Badger Creek fly tying. Captain Mark Dysinger is going to be talking about pike. I mean, it's just an amazing collection of workshops, of vendors, and of fly tyers.
And there really is something for everyone, as you just ran down. There'll be saltwater, freshwater. There's traditional salmon tyers. There's guys using unorthodox materials. There's guys tying traditional. There's a lot of vendors will be there with supplies, anything you might need to try some of the stuff. And it's a great thing if you're a beginner tyer or if you're thinking about it. You can actually sit and talk to guys who are world famous tyers and just watch them work and pick their brains and talk to them. Very welcoming. It always struck me as more of a reunion than a fly fishing show.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, it's a little bit of both. If you're listening to this and you haven't been, this is a don't miss kind of event. I was at the Capital District Fly Fishers meeting last night up in Albany, and they were excited about it. Some of them are going to be tying, and they were excited. Oh, look, Danbury, let's we'd be interested in that. So you're going to see from a reunion point of view, old friends, people from fly tying, fly fishing, casters. I mean, there's some folks coming down from Maine. I mean, it's going to be a good show, and so come on back if you've been. But if you haven't, this is one of the really it's not a overwhelming show at the Ethan Allen Hotel. Close, easy to access. You're off and on from Interstate 84 right there in Danbury. It's a wonderful time.
It truly is. A lot of rod stuff there. A lot of organizations that use fly fishing to support others, generally Casting for Recovery has a booth there. Back into Mainstream out of Maine, which helps veterans. They met them there and interviewed them there. Trout Unlimited often represented. And it's not overwhelming because it's a couple of the conference rooms. There's enough to keep you busy, but you're never going to be overwhelmed. What are the hours for that, Glenn?
Well, the hours are 9 o'clock till 5 on Saturday and 9 till 3 on Sunday. It's $12 to get in. It's $20 for both days. We're having a dinner. Every year there's a dinner, and this year we have the river steward from the Connecticut River Conservancy, Alicia Charamut, and she's going to be talking about giving back to your waters and some tips on what you can do to keep the waters clean, clear, and free-flowing. So, every place I go, I hear, people who are passionate about this sport talk about things like the necessity to keep this natural world, these streams, clean and pure. Last night, as I said at the Capitol Fly Fishers, they were talking about the need for the ethical conduct of fishermen. So, this is people that are involved in this sport have it's fun. It's engrossing. It's something you do because you have a passion for it. But that extends also to the natural world, to the ethical world, to the camaraderie of fishing with people, to the whole making fishing accesses available to people with developmental disabilities or people in wheelchairs. I mean, there's just such a spirit of goodness that surrounds the sport. And a lot of that you're going to feel at Danbury the first weekend in November.
It's a great event. I've been there prior years. Definitely worth the trip up. You can find information at cffcm.com, Catskill Fly Fishing Center Museum's website. You're also a Hall of Fame. You just had a Hall of Fame induction, Glenn?
We just inducted the 2017 class into our Hall of Fame. And as I'm doing a little research, I realized we have inducted 98 different people. Actually, in a couple of those cases, it was a husband and wife. So there are 102 people in the Catskill Fly Fishing Hall of Fame, done in 98 different inductions. And 4 of those people were inducted a couple of weekends ago. And, they're all important, all 102 people. But I want to talk particularly about 2 of them, and one of them is Steve Rajeff. And I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of Joan Wolfe and her casting ability. I mean, here was a remarkable, woman. She's like the Babe Ruth, of fly fishing. And I didn't think that I would ever see somebody cast with as much accuracy as Joan. But I am telling you that, if Joan is the Babe Ruth, then the Willie Mays, or the Ted Williams is Steve Rajeff. He's from the West Coast. He's won more casting competitions than any other person alive. And I'm telling you, I saw him cast, I'm not making this up, 230 feet. That's not his best cast. But it was his accuracy. It was his ability to hit a target. Boy, I'm going to hit this one, or, 30 feet, 60 feet, 80 feet. I mean, just unbelievable. This man, it's like watching a superhero casting. I don't know if you've ever seen Steve
I
actually
have not. I need to. So, anybody else strike you up there?
The other person, and this goes to the point I was making about the kind of the ethics and the care about the world around us. It was Ted Rogowski. And, Ted, he was the cameraman when Lee Wolf was making his American, sportsman shows back in the 50s and 60s, and really, introducing, into the modern, world, the idea of fly fishing in a way that people could watch it, and so, but he made his name as an environmental attorney, and he worked for the EPA.
Glenn, you there?
Came in under, it was a Richard Nixon, administration. But Ted Rogowski was one of those that wrote the Environmental Protection Act for clean water. And so, now when there's a oil spill, the company that makes that spill is required to clean it up and pay 100% of the cost. And Ted Rogowski was the man that did that. He's a fly tyer, a fly fisherman, and just listening to him talk, watching Steve cast, it was an incredible induction and a day. We had a good time, saw a lot of old friends, and these are some remarkable people in the world of fly fishing.
Really are, and you'll get a chance to meet some other people who are working to keep the tradition of fly fishing alive and to conserve cold, clear water. November 4th and 5th, Art of the Angler up in Danbury. Glenn Pontier of the Catskill Fly Fishing Center and Museum, thanks for joining us again on Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop.
Hey, and it's always my pleasure. I love you guys.
Talk to you soon. We'll be back to wrap up Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop, right after this. The leaves are changing, water temps dropping, and the sun is setting a little earlier each day. But there's still a lot of great boating, fishing, and coast time left before we see the first snow. And above all, remember, it's always summer at the Dock Shop. With loads of new fishing tackle and accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor, the Dock Shop is just what you need when you start to feel that New England autumn chill. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
We know it's your busy season, and that's why Walter Stewart's Market is here to make things easy by offering the best of autumn under one roof. Walter Stewart's Market is your local one-stop fall shop. There are so many seasonal flavors to savor, and Stewart's has them all, from Blue Jay Orchard's local cider donuts to Vermont Farmstead cheddar and all of your favorite varieties of local apples and pears. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and find us at stewartsmarket.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now during the Jeep Celebration event and Ram Power Days. Now through October 31st.
At Black Horse Garage, we fulfill all your sports car needs. We specialize in manufacturer-recommended service and aftermarket high-performance parts and installation. We have one of the nation's top storage facilities and offer a high-end collision department that understands your need for detail. Visit blackhorsegarage.com for more.
Weed & Duryea, New Canaan's home center and full-service lumberyard. Everything for your home and improvement projects. We also carry seasonal items, barbecue grills, housewares, newest LED light bulbs, doors, windows, and much more. Weed & Duryea, 21 Grove Street, New Canaan, a division of Northeast Building Supply.
Dr. Stephen Molinaro and Peter Healy of Family Practice Dentistry and Laser Dental Care have served Ridgefield for over 22 years. Experienced staff offer gentle drillless techniques, preventative care, and cosmetic procedures in a relaxed environment. Grateful for the community's trust and support through the years, new patients and their families are welcome. Call today.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. Want to thank again Toby Lipinski of the OwenStrong fundraiser, that on Saturday, October 21st, for joining us. Also, Glenn Pontier from the Catskill Fly Fishing Center and Museum. They're sponsoring Art of the Angler, November 4th and 5th at the Ethan Allen Inn in Danbury. On Thursday, the 26th, if you're in Connecticut, the state has drafted a water plan. This is how the resource of water will be managed in the state of Connecticut for years to come. It is still in draft form. There will be a presentation on it on Wednesday night, the 25th, at the Trout Unlimited State Council meeting. That is at the Connecticut Forestry and Parks Association building. That's in Middletown. And then October 26th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Earth Place, the Nature Discovery Center, 10 Woodside Lane in Westport. There will be another presentation on the draft water plan, that hosted by State Representative Jonathan Steinberg. Public comment is open until November 20th, and before that public comment closes, we will have a lot more for you on Yankee Fisherman about the draft water plan. Want to wish good luck to Jesse Roach. He was hosting Fishing Today on WICH. We've been on each other's shows. And Jesse got a chance, and he is out on the West Coast on a crab boat. Be safe, buddy, and bring home some crab. We'll talk soon. That is going to do it for this episode of Yankee Fisherman. I'll be back with you at 2 o'clock with Frank talking about football on Nutmeg Sports. We've got football Saturday. Wilton versus Ridgefield. We'll preview that on Nutmeg Sports at 2. We will not have a show next week, likely the week after, as we've got a busy sports schedule. So we should be back soon. Till we see you again, tight lines.